Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
If you ever wanted to get a microphone and talk to people that are not in the same room as you, you can get a job in the radio, or you can become a ham radio operator, and then the people you talk to can actually talk back to you. Unlike radio, where, well, they still can. We have phone calls, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We have phone calls. We have in the studio three guys I admire and respect in a great way. They are here to promote an event happening. It's called HamFest 2017. It's happening December 2nd at the Livestock Pavilion. And everything you ever wanted to know about ham radio operating or ownership or licensing will be available that day. Or you could listen in right now and perhaps call in and communicate with us. The number is 622-9622. Let me introduce our guests. I know you guys gave me so many papers. Hold on. Let me dig through them. All right, here we go. Which one has their names on? Oh, Jim, of course. Jim Penna's here. How you doing over there?
I'm doing good.
You're looking good.
Yeah.
Is that a new shirt? Looks like a new shirt.
Yeah, I had to dig out the long sleeves today.
A little bit cool out there.
Cool. Winter gear.
I think of Jim every day. You know why? Because we're going on an Amtrak train. You're my Amtrak guy.
Yeah.
You are my go-to guy. They're not going to do away with that, are they? That Amtrak?
No, as far as I know, Congress has authorized it.
Oh, good. You remember earlier in the year we were worried?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. Did you write them a letter? Is that how come they changed their mind? You did?
Yeah, and my other friend, Steve Sales.
So did this friend. I wrote a letter too.
Yeah.
Dear Mr. Trump, what are you thinking? All right, Carl Berry is in the studio. Good morning, Carl. How you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good.
Good to see you again. And Ron Barrett, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
You always sound like you came from my neck of the woods. Were you from Long Island?
From New England, yes.
New England?
Yeah,
Rhode
Island.
Where it's freezing cold right now. Yeah, Rhode Island and Long Island, for some reason, have that similar accent, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Oh, they're right across the water.
Just the maybe 20 miles across.
Yeah, I guess that's part of it, yeah. Yeah, that's probably how the accent got across there.
7 nautical miles from Orient to New London.
7 nautical miles.
Oh, my.
I grew up on the east end of Long Island.
Oh,
Did you really? Okay, 7 nautical. How many miles is that in my miles? Nautical.
About, I want to say about 7.5 miles.
Okay.
Regular miles.
Why did they do that? Why did they make it confusing? Like, why do they have Celsius? We don't need that. Why do they? Why don't they just have everything Fahrenheit? Why do they have the metric system? Why don't they just have everything? I'm just teasing. Well, thank you guys for coming in here. So you have an event coming up, and so tell me, who wants to tell me what the event is?
Oh, I can start it. HamFest is basically a flea market for ham radio operators.
You got a great voice, Carl.
Thank you. I've been doing this for basically whenever I come here. What it is, it's a flea market for hams. There's indoor vendors. We've got
Flea market for hams.
Yeah, we've got
new equipment and used equipment.
Yeah, we've got vendors that come in. The sign man of Baton Rouge, to make up little name tags for us. Nightfire Electronics is out on Highway 200 in Ocala. Tower Electronics, Ham World from.
I think their name came up this morning, Nightfire, didn't it?
Yeah, it came up this morning.
Yeah.
Ham World, RNS Sales. He's from the East Coast. Tower, and there's going to be many, many more.
Okay, and they are there so that we as visitors can what?
Buy new equipment.
Just buy stuff. Okay.
Yeah. And then we're going to have tailgaters. Ron's going to be in charge of the tailgating.
What is a
People
tailgate?
selling used equipment.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's also known as a boneyard.
Ooh, you think anybody would be interested in my web TV?
Oh, yeah, you'd be
Yes.
surprised.
Are you kidding? I was trying to make you laugh.
Oh, yeah, you'd be surprised.
Web TV, my old web TV. Somebody would want that. Why would they want that?
Because it can be
take it
adapted
apart
to
and
ham radio.
repurpose it.
Oh, you can use it for something else?
Yeah, and which is great about the tailgate area, because you're going to find probably a lot of stuff that's probably you can't find in the stores and stuff no more, and some stuff is antique. Some of the radios and stuff, you'd be surprised that probably go back into the 40s and 50s.
Yeah,
You know, and 60s.
One of the members of our club, Mr. Smith, he restores old tube-type equipment.
Boat anchors.
Is that right? Do you guys ever go into the schools, like, and teach the younger kids about what you do?
Yeah, we have.
We haven't done it recently, but if any school districts are interested, we'd be more than happy to assist them. It can go to the club website, k4gso.us, and contact the,
It's so uncatchy.
yeah, well, k4gso.us, and click on contact, and they'll get a hold of the club president, and we'll get
So,
something
like, for
set up.
example, and I haven't apologized to you in person, but you came in here when the Puerto Rico thing was happening, and it was just impossible because we had so many things on the schedule.
I know it.
So I apologize for that. But you really had an opportunity to explain to us the role you played in making sure that anybody in Puerto Rico who's trying to get the word out would get or vice versa, if we were trying to contact them. Right? Did you have a lot of people that actually did that?
What I did was I created a page on our website, and people from all over the country basically went to that website and they filled out the form, and we were able to just get a simple, basic message through to Puerto Rico via radio.
So how was Puerto Rican, whoever is on the Puerto Rico side, how were they able to get the message if they had no electricity?
Some people had generators.
So you were able to get through?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The American Radio Relay League sent 50 ham radio operators over there, and they set up stations with generators, and they were able to receive messages and transmit
Oh,
messages.
wow.
as
And that
needed.
was such a relief for the people who didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
And
And they're
we-
still down there.
We had posted that on the Facebook page, then Jim had sent us photographs and the article, and we also posted that on the Facebook page. And was it Mike Pence down there who was,
Yeah, Mike Pence
yeah,
made a
he
visit.
was down there too. You sent us a photo of him, so that was wonderful.
Really?
you.
Wow, that's cool. Does he have a ham radio?
Not that I know of.
Him and Donald, they talk to each other?
Well, they probably do, but probably not the way we communicate.
Twitter. Twitter.
Twitter. Twitter says.
I know that there's a radio club in the U.S. Congress. Their call sign is W3USS.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you ever talk to them?
I've never done it, but other people have.
So okay, aside from buying things at the event that we're talking about today, are you teaching things?
There is
Yeah?
a test session, where people can go there and they can take a test to get their license and stuff, or upgrade their license. And
Yeah.
that's at 10 o'clock that morning.
So when you say QSL card checking, is that a license?
Well, what they do, okay.
I don't know what that is.
Hams hams are as bad as the military. Most hams are from the military in one way, shape, or form, and they always do acronyms, okay?
Oh.
And,
Are you guys veterans?
yeah.
Well, happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your
you.
service,
Thank you
too.
for your
A
service.
QSL card is basically an acknowledgement of contact. Okay, Jim's over in Turkey, let's say, and him and I talk to each other.
Good choice.
Yeah,
This close
well,
to
I'm
Thanksgiving.
just picking it. Yeah, right. We can send each other cards acknowledging that we talk to each other. Hams call it wallpaper.
Oh,
And the
that's about
American
the size
Radio
of it right
Relay
there.
League has a.
That's
Oh.
a,
That's the QSL card, as big as a postcard.
oh, okay, okay.
oh, okay.
My walls are, Kyle will tell you, he's been in my house, my walls are loaded with QSL cards that go
Really?
inside
Really?
a little, like a little hanger, clear hanger, so that way you can see all the different QSL cards from all over the world.
Oh, wow.
And what
Medi-
does WI1U mean?
That's my call sign.
Oh,
Yeah. Now, yesterday I got telling Jim, that I got a QSL card yesterday that some guy I talked to in Alabama back in June of 2010.
Oh, wow.
So he's probably going through his files. Oh, I never
Dragging his
QSL
feet.
this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send him a QSL card, one of my old ones as well as one of my new ones. You know,
oh, nice.
because the new one, the old one was back when I talked to this guy in Rhode Island. Now that I'm in Florida, I'm going to send him one of my old ones, one of my new ones as well.
And what is your code, Jim?
I'm WB2LJT.
Okay, well, that's your email. address?
That's my email address, too.
Oh, okay, and that's what your QSL card reads.
Yeah, I didn't bring it with me.
Yeah, mine's KC5CMX.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
And can we reach you using that information? How do I call you up?
On the radio?
On a ham radio, yeah.
You just go with my call
Upgraded.
sign.
Because of my class of license. This is good. You could use it now, right through
That's
extra,
a different
extra
one.
class, which is
Uh-huh.
3 classes of license. There's technician, general class, and extra class. Now, this is what I got back in 1986, okay? And then when I became an extra class, then I upgraded to WI1U.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
nice.
That's what they call a 2x1 call. This is a 2x3 call.
Oh, my gosh, it's so over my head. I didn't even know.
Interesting.
So how do I call you? I mean, do
Okay, well, let's say I was going to call Ron or Jim, okay? I'd go
Right.
WI1U KC5CMX.
you literally say that?
Yeah.
Yes, you have
Yeah.
to.
You
Now,
have to, you
The
have to.
station you're calling first, and
But
your second is to and from.
And right now, if you did it, they're not on their radio, so they wouldn't be able to answer you.
Right.
Yeah.
So you'd get dead air, and you just say KC5CMX clear.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay.
But when you use your call sign, you are identifying your station, which every 10 minutes, we have to do it just like your radio station has to identify your call sign
Right,
as WOCA.
right.
You got to do it hourly, I believe.
Yes, once every hour.
Thank-
But we have
Thanks
to
to
do
the
it every
H.G.
10 minutes.
Wells.
Do you want to do it for us? Because we haven't done it yet.
Sure,
WOC.
WOCA, AM and FM, Ocala, Florida.
That was good. All right, so we want to go, and it's fun. I'm assuming people have fun. It's like a fun opportunity
Yeah,
to
yeah.
learn. Mm-hmm. And you, I think Jim would told us one time before that if you've never done it before, you give us a chance to put the headset on and kind of understand or experience what it feels like,
Yeah,
or sounds like.
Both.
Okay.
We'll do both. It's,
Do you ever take it on the train, Jim? When you go on those long distance train rides, do you bring it with you?
Yeah, I bought my 2-meter with me, and made a few contacts on the way.
And do you like pass through the cities where they are?
Yeah.
Oh, you got your radio there.
yeah.
So it's good reception
Yeah, there's a
then.
little directory that comes out once every year of where
I was
the
watching-
repeaters are located, and whether they have a PL tone or not. And
Oh, you know who we were talking to? We were talking to a guy who works over at Staples, and he's a ham radio guy.
And you're talking about...
you know the guy's name?
Yeah, Phil France.
Well, you guys are like the king of queens to this guy.
Yeah.
Because we were talking to him, and they said, "Oh, we have these guys that come on our radio show," and then we described who you were, and he said, "Oh my gosh, they've got towers that go behind Sonny's or something like that," and they would talk to them. He was like really impressed with you guys.
Yeah,
We've
he's
got a
actually
Rama
great.
he was the
antenna.
club secretary for a while.
Yeah.
What happened? You kicked him out?
No.
Thank you. I'm trying to get you guys to laugh. This is hard. This is like
his
talking to
term
a wall.
expired, and it went to somebody else.
It expired.
We've got a rhombic antenna out at Perry Sprayfield. It's 1,000 feet long. Okay.
Long or tall?
Yeah, just
Long.
just one side of it is
Oh,
1,000
it's
feet.
it's on the ground.
It's on the ground. Yeah,
No,
Wow.
it's on poles.
it's on telephone poles.
But how high are they? How high are they?
They're 55 feet up in the air, and it's a diamond formation, and it's 1,000 feet up in the air, or 1,000 feet long of wire.
Gotcha.
When you do the math on it, that's right now one's 4,000 feet, and we've got another one that's got 6,000 feet.
You know what's
of
going to
wire.
happen in the future when humanity is dead, and then we start to have a comeback? They're
Yeah.
going to look at this from Google Earth. They're going to say, "What could that have been?" They're going to ask, "What was that thing?" Right?
Well, the cows will
Do you
tell
think there was? Do you think there was like in Egyptian days? Do you ever think about that? Do you think they had technology that was lost?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like
Yeah,
it.
every time a conquering civilization comes, they burn everything to the ground.
Yeah.
It's just the way humanity is.
And you are going to have door prizes and also a drawing.
Thank you, Robin, for keeping us on track.
Yes.
I went to Egypt for a second there.
That was nice. I was in the pyramids. We're going to be having a regular door prizes, gift certificates, things like that. We've got a 2-meter radio that we're giving away for the grand door prize, but we're also having a separate drawing for an ICOM IC 718.
Which is
Tickets
a,
are only available at the event. It's an HF radio, high frequency radio, covers upper and lower sideband, and like most other things, it does digital, or it's capable of doing digital communications with some adapting equipment.
Oh, my.
We're talking about the Silver Springs Radio Club. Jim Penna, Carl Berry, and Ron Barrett are in the studio. They have an event they want to invite you to. It's happening December 2nd at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. If you don't know the address, it's 2232 Northeast Jacksonville Road from 7:30 until 2:30 in the afternoon. It says here 100 tailgate stalls are still available, and that sounds like an opportunity to sell used equipment. And I couldn't believe when you said that an old web TV, I was just joking, but I wanted to repeat it because somebody out there might have something they don't know.
Just like an old Texas Instrument. Remember, that was one of the first computers that came out years ago.
Oh, yes.
The,
Did you ever have one of those calculators?
The Trash 80s.
Trash 80s?
TRS-80 computers.
Weren't they like $1,000?
99 Alpha.
Like $1,000.
Weren't they very expensive when they came out?
Yes, they were. This is back in the dark days of computers.
Yeah, the floppy disks were this big.
Yeah. Do you know what I told Robin the other day? I told her something because she had a friend in school that had one of those Texas Instruments.
Yeah. he was
$1,000.
agreeing.
And I said, did he ever show you the Shell oil trick?
Oh, yeah.
See, Jim knew right away what I meant. You guys know what I mean,
I
right?
didn't know what
Yeah,
that
so,
was.
yeah.
Larry had
Do you
to
know
show
what it
me.
is now?
Yeah, Larry
Okay.
showed it to me.
Yeah.
That was funny.
So you want to show her? You're dying to show her, right?
No.
You do have general admission at the gate, but you also have categories that are no charge.
Right. That's for the first responders, active duty military, scouts in uniform, and school students with a valid ID. There's no charge for the admission, but you will need to buy a ticket for the door prize. We can't give everything away.
Right, exactly.
No, is this a fundraiser for you guys?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. And what do you use the money for?
Public service operations.
To keep the club going and to
Yeah, 'cause
Sounds
we-
like two different
We
things.
interface with the sheriff's office for emergency
Oh, okay.
communications.
Okay.
We had members deploy to the hospitals during the recent hurricane, and set up their stations in the ante rooms of the emergency room.
The help you gave the community and Puerto Rico during Irma and during Maria, I'm sure you were part
Every
of.
hurricane.
I'm sure you were part of the one in Houston. What was that called again?
Harvey.
Katrina?
Harvey. Yeah.
Harvey,
No, not
yeah.
Katrina.
Oh, Katrina, yeah.
But back in Katrina, I'm sure back then you did. And what about the fires in the West Coast? Were you part of that?
Locally, we weren't.
Yeah, that's
No, I don't
kinda-
mean there, but I mean, were you
I'm
talking?
sure there were people set up
Yeah.
to relay.
Only because
communication.
like I have a friend out there, and I didn't know if she and her husband were having a hard time, and I might have come to you and said, "Hey, can you reach them?" Fortunately, I saw them on Facebook, so.
Well, again, if there is an emergency situation, there's a link up on the website. I don't know if it's hidden or where I put it, but you still have the ability to send a message to either Puerto Rico, or if you just want to send one out to somebody that says, "Hi, how you doing? Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Happy Thanksgiving," whatever you want to send, we can send it out.
You brought your radio in. Are you going?
Yes.
Can you demonstrate something for us like you did last time?
Maybe after the break, I got to see if somebody's.
After the break. Okay. Well, that means we'll take a break. All right. Yeah. Let me take a break then. See, this computer's down, so I have to do everything manually.
Yeah.
All right. We will be right back. If you have any questions about the HamFest, December 2nd, about what you can do, how you can benefit from it. There's a prize, a lot of prizes that you're giving away. A big radio, right? You're giving away
that ICOM 718 radio. It's a good piece of equipment.
All right, we will take a little break and we'll be right back. I like when you demonstrate the thing. We'll be right back.
All right.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Self-determination will override a lack of motivation. So you tell yourself as you're lacing up your shoes, today, I am running 3 miles. Social support, including frequent hugs, keeps stressed people from getting sick, and those who who do get sick, they end up with symptoms that are less severe. Just like you'd schedule a meeting between 3 and 4 p.m., schedule everything else. That makes it mandatory.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
The City of Ocala Department of Recreation and Parks are proud to present the 34th annual Light Up Ocala on November 18th. The fun starts on the square in downtown Ocala from 4 to 9 p.m. There'll be food vendors, 4 stages of entertainment, Whoville, Theme Kids Zone, the Downtown Holiday Skating Rink, crafts, the Junior Sunshine Christmas Parade around the square, and at about 7:30 p.m., the official Downtown Lighting Ceremony. See you at Light Up Ocala.
All right, just about 5 minutes before 11 o'clock. Enough time to give a little demonstration. The guests that we have in the studio right now are promoting an event happening December 2nd. It's the HamFest, and the gentlemen in the room are Jim Penna. Where's my notes here? Jim Penna, Carl Berry, and Ron Barrett. They are from the Silver Springs Radio Club, and they're inviting you to show up. It's free. Am I right? No, it's not free. How much is it again?
Admission prepay is $5.50.
$5.50. Okay.
And,
$7 at the door.
right.
How'd you come up with $5.50?
Cover the PayPal
You
expenses.
should have been $5.49.
$5.49.99.
All right, so you're going to demonstrate the radio?
Yes, I've got the club president, KN4 Victor Golf, standing by right now. So
All
let me
right.
go ahead and give him a call real quick. KN4 Victor Golf, KC5 CMX.
KC5 CMX, KN4 Victor Golf. Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, we're just doing a live demo over here at the WOCA studios, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, and just wanted to give a quick, brief demonstration on how it worked.
Roger. Solid copy. Into the machine, no problem. Tell everybody I said hello in there. Y'all sound good.
Okay, will do. Appreciate it. Y'all want to say hi to Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, y'all. How you doing? I'm in Summerfield, Florida, and y'all sounding good this way.
Nice.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you
you.
very much, Mike. Appreciate it. It's KC5 CMX, clear.
For those who can't see what Carl is
KN4
holding.
Victor Golf.
Oh, there we go. It's a very small handheld radio. Is he using another small one, or does he have like a big thing?
You could have a base station.
He might, yeah.
Yeah,
Is there an advantage to having a bigger one, or does it
Has
transmit
more power.
more power so it can go farther? Is that what happens?
Well, I wouldn't say, well,
it
yes
has
and
to
no.
do- Yeah, antenna configuration, this is a simple, what's called a rubber ducky, and whereas you might have a multi-element beam to give you more gain.
The radio that he's talking on has got an antenna probably about half that size. We've got mobile radios in the vehicles, okay? They comparable in size to a CB.
This is probably going to make me sound like I know nothing about what you do, but that's because I know nothing about what you do.
Join the club.
How come I don't have an antenna on my phone to reach the
It's
cell
built
tower?
in.
It's
built in.
inside the case.
Okay, but then how come that's not built inside? Why do you have to have a big long antenna on that?
Because this is going through all these cell phone towers, okay?
Right.
When you have more towers, you're going to have more,
Oh, because I can
gain.
be closer. Okay.
right, there may be a tower, just on the other side of the mall.
So the antenna on that little radio reaches what? What is that?
Well, this is going to the repeater behind Sonny's Barbecue.
Oh, okay.
But it's relaying the signal down to Mike down in Summerfield in the Del Webb subdivision. Okay. But we've talked to people as far away as Tavares on this, Gainesville, out west over to Citrus County, Hernando County, all over the place.
It is fun. Do you consider it a hobby, or do you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
definitely.
Okay.
And Jim, will you be able to have one-on-one conversations with the people that come that day to see if they want to get involved in that?
Sure,
They can ask you questions?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a testing session to get licensed. The club also holds license classes once a year. It's a 6-week course. I think we've already had it this year, but there's going to be one starting up after the new year.
And you're governed by the same FCC that governs us.
Yeah, different
Exactly.
set of rules. We're Part 97.
Port 9 or 7?
Part 97.
Oh, 97. That's
Yeah.
And you're also going to have food at your event.
Yes,
Yeah, there's
yes.
a
Food
food
and
vendor
beverage.
there.
Our food service is provided by Southern Pig and Cattle Company, and I'll tell you, if you haven't had good barbecue lately, that's the place to get
Oh,
it at.
really? So you don't need any tuna noodle salad?
No, hams don't care for that
Some
stuff.
really good. They don't.
No,
I am-
ham's like meat and potatoes, you know? Not this tuna.
tuna-
What's tuna, you know?
It's good. Tuna.
Well, years ago when we had our field days, like we had in June here, up north, we used to have a few hamburgers and hot dogs and everything else, and then my wife and I would probably cook maybe about 5 gallons of clam chowder and everything else, and maybe make some little clam fritters and stuff, So that kind of thing. It's an emergency situation where
Ron, we got to go. Thank you so much for coming in today. Good to see you again, by the way. Love listening to you talk. Carl, you got an amazing voice. Thank you for coming in. And Jim Penna, thank you. We will put this up as a podcast. We've got to go. Well, this is WOCA Ocala. There's my ID.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. Speaking in Vietnam, President Trump says he's putting America first in any trade deals.
The tough talk on trade came at the Asia-Pacific Economic Corporation Summit.
From this day forward, we will compete on a fair and equal basis.
The president said he spoke openly and directly with the Chinese president during his visit about unfair trade.